Hey Anna, I'm so excited that you're here. Can you tell everyone a little bit more about, who does your business help and what problem do you solve?
Okay, so hi, I'm Anna Ong. I am the host and creator of What's Your Story Slam, a storytelling show here in Singapore. So, who do I serve? I serve people who want to tell their stories. These are leaders who may be a little bit introverted and shy and struggle to express themselves. This is anybody who tells me, I don't have a remarkable life. I have no stories to tell. And I want to prove them wrong because everybody has a story. It's about helping people celebrate the everyday moments and seeing their life as one big story to tell.
Yeah, I love that. And obviously, you know that I'm a big fan of storytelling as well. So why did you decide to sign up and join the Smooth Sailing program?
So when I started my business, it was more like I didn't really have much foresight as to where it's going to go. But my
Mhm.
business is now turning 5 years old. So I think we have the proof of concept that this is something that people want and people like. And I find I'm a bit inefficient in running my business. And I'm sure there is a more efficient way of doing things if only I could automate them or learn learn how to do it faster instead of learning how to do everything myself. I'm sure I'll get there slowly if I do it on my own, but I'd rather pay to save time
Yeah.
to figure it out to get there faster so I can build a more robust business that hopefully will outlast me.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And did you have any fears or hesitations or concerns when you were signing up for the Smooth Sailing program?
Yes. So that a lot of it and most of it is also ego. Because in my head, like I went to business school for crying out loud. I was in banking. I did business management. I should know how to run a business. And yet I learned how to run big businesses and not how to start one and how to build one and grow one. So that's where I felt that that's the gap I had in my education because I know how to do it if it's an existing business and there are processes in place. But to start something and literally build the process is is something I felt lost. I can improve a process once it's there, but to create one in the first place is something that I needed help with. So a
Yeah.
lot of fears and also my own judgment, in terms of doing this and what will people say when they found out, but I have been talking about it. So I think it's also about me swallowing my own pride when I signed up for smooth sailing.
Yeah. And I feel you because I also went to business school and I thought like if I went to business school, I would learn the skills, but business school is designed to help you learn how to run big businesses. And for me, having struggled and being frustrated, I was like, I had to learn it for myself. And when I discovered it, I'm like, I want other people to learn it as well. So why is, the skill of building a system from scratch important? And how is that important for you and the vision that you have for What's Your Story Slam?
So I think the reason why it's important for me is because I don't think there's a lot of businesses similar to the business that I'm building. So there is no existing process that I can copy and paste and apply. I think that was the one thing that I realized. And I know like some people are like asking me how I'm doing my business because it's almost like the problem with being the first mover advantage. You have to create the space for yourself. That's why some people say sometimes it's better be the second mover because the first mover did all the hard work and all you have to do is follow the path.
Yeah, I
So
love
being
that.
a trailblazer is hard work. And at least what I appreciate in smooth sailing is that I have a guide in terms of how to build the business and how to create the processes that I need to have a business that lasts. If I didn't have a process, I would say it will always be a business that's built on band-aids or sticks, and any big storm might blow everything off and I have to start all over again. And I wanted something much more robust.
Yeah, beautiful. I love how you said that. And for me, I look at it always as people are going around like bandaging their boats and their boat is sinking and they're constantly bandaging their boats and then wondering why it's so hard, right? So how do you feel that our work together has actually helped you get more out of your business and become more efficient?
I would say it forced me to take a good hard look and be honest with myself as to how I'm doing things. I think I was being very, very carefree in how I was running my business. And I felt that since we started working together, I was a lot much more focused
Mm-hmm.
and much more conscious about where I'm spending my energy and my time.
Yeah.
And often before we were working, I think I would often go through phases where I felt that I was burning out. And it's also very isolated, feels very lonely. And in this journey that we've gone through, I don't think I felt very alone because I had other entrepreneurs that I can also lean on, or if anything else, just someone to complain with, which was nice. And I look forward to the calls and seeing the familiar faces. So I appreciate that it's almost having a little community of who want to change things up. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. And what I love about what you said is it can get a bit lonely. And the second thing that you said that was really powerful, that like something that I drill a lot in the smooth sailing, is that the truth will set you free. But first it will hurt. And the reality is, like, in our businesses, we are the biggest bottlenecks, always. There's like no one else. There's not like our clients, it's not even our team, it's literally us. And the more that we get honest about it, it becomes a big lever for us to grow and for us to scale. What surprised you the most in the smooth sailing program?
I think there's so much that I don't know. I think is what surprised me, and how in some ways it's like common sense, but it never even occurred to me to think about like how like even like the tasks that I do, the ones that sap my energy away, or like the things that I go, oh, but I can do it myself. That, you know, when you outsource it, it's just like, oh, it's like this is so much easier and in a way also cheaper because then I have more time to spend
Mm-hmm.
on business development.
Yeah.
And but what I really liked was how you helped me in terms of hiring my VA, because I've hired VAs before and they never work out because I always just get whoever without really putting any conscious thought or being intentional about it. In the
Yeah.
process that we did, I just literally pretty much copied and paste your process. I mean, tweaked it a little bit to tailor it to mine, but I was shamelessly copying and pasting almost
That's why we
everything
create them.
there.
Like, it's pretty customized. Yeah.
And with minor tweaks. And yeah, and I got my first VA, and it's been going well so far because the way we work is very different and our personalities are different, but the values are aligned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beautiful. I love it. So what have been some of the results that you've gotten as a result of doing this smooth sailing?
So I would say one of the big results I got is I think more focus on the type of products that I am consciously offering. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I stop doing everything else. I can still customize upon request and of course at a premium, but I have like a standard product that I offer to clients. And there's also almost kind of like a signature product that I offer that can be like my bestseller. As a byproduct, because I'm much more conscious of the value of my time, when I take on clients on a one-on-one coaching level, I charge a premium because they take up more of my time than say doing a corporate workshop. And the funny thing is, the higher I charge, the better quality of
Mm-hmm.
coachees I get. And the longer they want to establish a relationship. And I think one of the best lines I got from you is when you told me rejection is the universe's protection. Because whenever a client turns me down, I don't take it personally. I go, oh, is there something wrong with me? Or you're like, no, it's just that we just don't fit, at least not at this time. And so, and then I go, okay, let's move on. Let's just, even if it doesn't work for them, that doesn't mean it doesn't work for anybody else.
Yeah, beautiful. I love it. And I remember initially, like with the coaching offer specific, it was like a few $100s. How much more have you charged now?
So I've doubled it. So like even like like I think I have like my very cheapest product, like the 3 sessions one. I've tripled the price for that one.
Yeah.
And so people prefer to go for a longer term relationship now because they see there's more value in it.
So you've tripled your prices on one of your product offering. You've gotten a signature product that you're going into the market. And you mentioned
Yes,
yesterday on the call,
yes.
you're doing a signature product with who? If you want to share.
Cartier Women's Initiative Awards 5.
Mhm.
So the plan is to bring my storytelling when we open the Women's Pavilion to showcase the stories of 9 female entrepreneurs.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I'm so excited for you. And then even like because you have this bestseller, when you go to events, how much more confident are you to talk about it when you're in meetings with clients?
Uh, Definitely much more confident about sharing what I've been doing. And last night, I was at an event when we had our call. I met a couple of potential clients who are interested in bringing it there, and we bumped into one of my clients who I did do the storytelling plus show, and she was telling them what they did. So she was the one selling what I'm doing, and she's like, oh, and she's moved on to a new organization. So she was like, I need to talk to the right people because I want to bring it to talk about our culture, to share the story of our organization.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Because I remember when we had our session together, I'm like, you have a gold mine, but you're not even getting a return from that gold mine. And now I think you're realizing that the gold mine that you're doing, everything fits in together and they're not separate things. So what has been your favorite part of the smooth sailing program?
I would say I really like our coaching sessions, but one thing I really enjoyed was our in-person session when we did the naked with money. Is it the get naked with money? I had fun there, although it wasn't easy. It was tough.
Yeah.
I would say that one was a very, very tough workshop, but I really enjoyed meeting people in person and realizing I'm not alone. And it did help me realize my own stories, money stories I've been sharing in my head. And also, I think when we first started the session, like, like the fundamentals, like how you value your time, how you measure your time. Uh, it's like how much of my working time do I spend watching Netflix or what, but I think I told you, I want to invoice my ex for like wasting my time.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's get naked with money workshop that we had together. You had a massive shift at the end of that workshop. You want to share a little bit more of what you did as a result of that?
Yes, I paid myself a salary for the first time in 4 years because since I started working, I haven't, since I started my business, I've never paid myself a salary or looked at topping up my savings, my investments, my savings account. So now, with smooth sailing, I make sure to pay myself first before everybody else.
Yeah.
And also like putting aside, even if it's just still a small fraction, to help build up my savings for the rainy days. But yeah, I mean, still a lot of work to do on that front, making my money work for me. So that's also one of the things I'm going to be working on in this second half of the year.
All right. I love it. So for someone who is thinking about joining the smooth sailing, what advice would you give them?
I would say that I think everybody who runs their own business, um, I would say that it's going to take a lot of your time, but it pays off. It's worth the time you spend, but it will take a lot of your time. And I think if you are going to do this, you need to really prioritize. You need to carve the time to work. Like, if you want to get healthy, you have to carve the time to go to the gym. If you want your business to be healthy, you gotta carve the time to get all your ducks in a row.
Yeah, 100%. This is where like a lot of time people are doing things that don't actually give them a return. And in order to get different results, you have to do different things for your business. So thank you so much, Anna, for sharing. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in the program. I'm so happy to celebrate all your wins. And I cannot wait to celebrate even more wins as you bring What's Your Story Slam to different parts of the world and create an
Yes.
even bigger impact. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Well, thank you also because you've been very generous in terms of what you give to us in this program. So I want to say thank you because I really appreciate your generosity and your kindness in helping us propel ourselves forward.
Thank you so much.